this music, is it bringing back happy memories for you?
Oh well, some happy memories. Yeah.
Some happy, some sad. So what was it? What was your input in the war? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was a member of the Royal Air Force, and our job was to support the invasion troops and either take over German airfields or make new ones, so that we could have a air cover over the beachheads.
Right. You must have been very young when you were involved in that.
About 20.
How long were you involved in action?
During the war.
Yeah.
I joined in 1942, and I was in till the end of the war. In fact, I was when the war finished, I was still fighting because they sent me to Indonesia, which was part of the Sumatra Islands. So they didn't have enough Dutch troops to go there to liberate it, so we got the job of...
You had a long flight out.
No, we were already there. We went through Burma down into Singapore, and then from Singapore we went to the Indonesian islands to liberate them.
It must have been quite hard conditions for you.
Well, once we got over that, they sent us to Japan, and we had a great time.
I'm one of the younger ones, but I remember my mother saying, I ran with you to the shelter, you know, when you were little in a shawl, when the sirens and that went off, you know. Mary, what do you remember about?
Oh, I remember the sirens going away in the recess where the beds were. In the recess, we didn't have a shelter.
You were here in Lochgelly?
No, I was in Lochgelly. But I had a family around me, you know, and I was looking after my mother who was ill. And then I had to get up in the morning at 5, go to Crombie, munitions, come back at 6 in the evening, same again. And I had my mother to look after. I was in munitions. Then I left there and I went to nursing. Went to Bangor to nursing. Soldiers. Yes. Some of them with terrible wounds and everything. And I left there to get married. Couldn't get out quick enough to get married. But we could tell lots of stories, yeah. But they were good days too, although they were bad, they were good days too. We all clung together, everybody helped everybody. It was a great community spirit here. I wish we had that nowadays, make a big difference to the world. But I've got to say, we had good times too. Lost 2 brothers in the war. Like a lot of more people, you know, lost 2 brothers, however. Yeah, one was in France, yes, and one was in, what do you call that? Oh, the desert rats. Black Watch.
When we're at the schools, some of the young fellas will say, were you feared or were you scared? I used to say to them, no. They were running and we were chasing them. I wasn't scared. No very much. Well, right, that's all I'm going to say.
Where were you exactly?
I was everywhere. I started off in Africa, went through Sicily, Germany, France, Holland, the lot. Everywhere. Came through unscathed.
Yes, looking very well.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your medals here and your involvement in the war.
That's difficult because the medals I'm wearing are just the normal issue, which are France and Germany, Africa, Europe, General Service, Defence Medal, and the mentioned dispatches. That's them in detail. But I was in the forces from January 1940 to 46, August 46, 6 years, 8 months.
And you were in many different countries.
North Africa, Alamein, Sicily, 2 of Italy, and then came back to land on D+. I didn't land on D-Day. I won't take the accolade away from the boys who landed on D-Day. I landed on D+1. There's a man at the top of the table there who landed on D-Day. He landed the afternoon before I did. But on the whole, I was very, very lucky. I was nearly killed about 8 or 10 times, but I walked away each time. I got a jeep blown sky high under me, and the 2 men who were with, regretfully, I can only say that they were both killed, but these things happen during wartime, and I do admit that we became, my own personal opinion, we became, and you can quote this, we became a callous show of bastards. We did. I mean, if somebody was killed, you just, and their kit was left, you just helped yourselves to their kit. If their shirt was better than yours, you took the shirt. If their boots were better than yours, you took the boots. And if, between you and I, when we took any prisoners, we never left them with a watch or a ring or anything like that. We took that lot as well. And they did the same with us. It was normal behaviour in wartime that if you took a prisoner, first thing you did, found out how much money he had, how many watches he had, and how many rings he had. And of course you traded them when we got away from the front line. We traded these things with the boys at the back because they had maybe wine or whiskey or any or cigarettes or chocolate. We traded the watches for the likes of that. In fact, the other day I had a watch. I still have a watch that I took, 2 watches that I took back with me. The other day I had one of them on, and it was going like a dream. Yeah, excellent. But I was really lucky. I was one of the very, very lucky ones to fight in an infantry unit and still come back unscratched. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
We went in with Churchills. We had Churchill gun tanks and flamethrowers. Actually, we was in January 1940. We were 51st. We're part of the British Military Force.
You were standing at the other side of the room.
We were the first units to meet the Germans up the Brussels Road. We were like Fred Cardinal's army. The equipment, a lot of the stuff was First World War. And the transport was coal carts, bakers' vans and brewers' lorries. We never, at that time, it was poorly equipped, the British Expedition Force.
You just had to make the best of it.
Well, German army and the Air Force was the best of the lot in Europe at that time. I mean, old Churchill told them years before it was happening. It's just like now, cutting down all the time. And we needed it, didn't have it.
But what about when your name got taken out of hats?
Oh, I'll tell you, a good thing that happened to me. 2 million men in Cairo are run about after Alamein, and I'd been over there a certain time, and your name was put in the drum to be drawn out to go home on a month's leave, and I was one of the lucky men, very few of the 2 million men.
And your name was drawn out.
Henry Justice, if you want to know my name. I got the Justice that particular. There was a Sergeant Major, Copper Justice, he says, you've got him. You know, I said, what do you mean? Get your pack, he said, come on, go to hell, so, you know. And I was right. I was home for a month. I had to go back again, though. And the worst, I was, you know, what a waste of time going back. I've been as well, I could have done better. I was in supplies, you see, in the service corps, as a motor transport. Corporal was then. There's a sergeant mate.
I was a corporal in the ATS. This is my badge. I've been wearing that badge for a week, hoping that I would find somebody else, you know. But nobody. So when he came back, he was posted to Oxford, the same company that I was in. We were attached to the RASC.
The Vice from Wales.
So that was a second lucky thing.
From the Valleys.